Danny, hi. You've joined us here today. We're at Hicksted in the glorious sunshine. We're over at the dressage side. Now, I came across you yesterday. You're here representing Sports Horse NLP. Just tell us a little bit about why you're here.
Well, I've been here this week working with riders from doing the paras and the able-bodied dressage in terms of the sports psychology and sports performance coaching.
Okay. Now, obviously, I met you yesterday. I've been a little bit fascinated about what you do. Now, this is nothing to do with the horses for once, which is quite nice. You look after the riders and prepare them for competition. Is that right?
Yes, it could be anything from their mental preparation strategies in terms of how they... Lots of riders focus an awful lot on the physical preparation, getting the horse fit, having their practical training, their technical training. But I work with them in terms of getting their mindset right in the build-up to major international competitions.
And how much difference does it make? I mean, for example, tell us about someone you've helped or how much difference it has made.
Well, it varies from rider to rider, inevitably. I always think generally that, some of the riders I work with have huge amounts of talent, but they don't actually access that talent as well as they might. So some riders might only be working at 75% of what they're really capable of. I have other riders who may not be quite so talented. However, they use their mental skills brilliantly, and they're just fantastic at handling pressure, at focusing, and really getting the best out of what they do have. And invariably, that's what leads to greater consistency when we're looking at high performance in athletes.
Sure. And this is not just about dressage. I want to be clear that you help the show jumpers as well. This is about performance at competition, isn't it? Regardless of the discipline.
Yes, I'm here right now sort of doing the dressage riders, but this morning I was over at the show jumpers, and I've got a couple more clients, obviously revving up to the Hicksted Derby on Sunday that I'm working with to help sort of prepare them and make sure that they are in the right frame of mind to actually give of their absolute best on the day.
Sure. Now, I know you've helped a very good friend of mine, Sarah, who we're going to see riding on the screen in a moment. Now, she is just not a professional rider. This is her absolute hobby, her passion, her love. She's got herself through to medium and gets stuck at shows. The horse never goes as well at competitions as he does at home. And I know you've done a little bit of work with you. So what's happened with Sarah today? Because I've seen the difference and been blown away by it. So just tell us a little bit about what you did with Sarah.
Well, obviously with Sarah, I knew nothing about Sarah, and we've had about half an hour.
I tested you on this one, didn't I?
You did throw me in at the deep end a little bit. So I've had half an hour with her to look at how she actually prepares herself and plans for the test that she's about to ride. So all Sarah and I have done in the last 30 minutes really, we've done some basic mental rehearsal techniques, of which there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And again, depending on how the rider thinks and how they operate will depend on which way that you would do that. So we've undergone some basic mental rehearsal processes, and we've also used what we call the as-if technique with Sarah, which is almost to take her out of her normal riding pattern and her usual habits and put her in the shoes of somebody else who she sort of looks up to. Absolutely. And say, well, how would you ride if you were that person? And how would they be thinking, and what would they be seeing, and what kind of decisions would they be making as an elite rider that you could learn from? And it sort of gives you then permission not to be yourself and to ride as somebody totally different.
Fantastic. Well, I've watched it for myself today and it certainly works. You've really impressed me. So thank you for talking to us today, and good luck with the rest of the show. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you very much.